We will start. Hello, Jesień, Linuksowa. Many thanks in advance for your time today. I can strongly recommend to sit this way, because in my presentation you can expect both slides and live demo from my laptop. So we will see some code today. I'm Ukrainian, that's why my name Ruslan. But no worry, you can address your questions in English, in Ukrainian, in Polish. Absolutely, we will translate everything. And how you can hear me? Can you hear me well, all of us? Yep, many thanks. And one quick question for you before the conference. I have one dilemma in my head. During Linux Autumn, it's much better to use Mac OS or, for example, Windows with VirtualBox and with Linux. I know both cringe, but raise your hand if you believe present with Mac OS it's better for Linux guy. Yep, and next one with Windows, VirtualBox and Ubuntu, for example. Okay, macOS. Next time, yep, I will use MacBook with my slides. And I want to talk about policy management with OPA, Open Policy Agent. And I need your help again. Please raise your hand if you know about OPA, if you use OPA, when we participated in some talks, conference about OPA. No? One person. Yep, many thanks. So I'm super happy, because my expectation was, yep, I will just repeat one more time everything you know about policy management in the OPA. But not today. We will start with introduction. So first of all, OPA is popular. Not in this room for some reason, but on average, OPA is popular. It's general purpose. It means we can use not only for Terraform case, we can use for Kubernetes, we can use for our own application written in Python or JavaScript. We can use for database, so it's general purpose. And it's policy engine. It means our service need to ask about some decision, and OPA will decide about this decision. And to be able to write these policies, for example, in AWS we can use JSON to write policies or YAML to write policies. Here we need to use dedicated language Rego. But no worries, if you're familiar with basics of Python, for me it looks super the same concept. So it's the same level of complexity. So we need to use Rego to write our policies for OPA, Open Policy Engine. And OPA expecting JSON file. And if you're familiar with this concept, preventative, detective, corrective controls, today we will talk about OPA. It means we will talk only about preventative controls. I have already talked a little bit about use cases. Today we will use OPA for cloud security. We will use Terraform, we will use GitLab CI/CD pipelines. But also we can granularly share access to our users in data area, for example, with databases. And also we can use for Kubernetes, containers, server, service mesh, etc. Because it's general purpose. Yeah, we just need to decide something. Let's use OPA to decide. And in practice, during live demo today, we will use Terraform plan in JSON. OPA policies written in Rego. I prepared for you just two basic policies. Next, we will use OPA, Open Policy Engine, to decide. And in our case, we will decide, can we apply this Terraform code on our AWS account or not? Like, apply or not apply. Super easy. And here we can see our pipeline. We will use GitLab CI/CD pipeline. We will use 4 stages in our pipeline: validate, plan, post-plan, and apply. Plan, post-plan, it's for Terraform terminology. So Terraform plan, and what next we need to do with our plan. In validate, we will use Terraform CLI, Terraform Infrastructure as Code tool, to validate Terraform files and to check Terraform files format. So we can expect the same format for all our Terraform files. And we will use OPA CLI to validate Rego files. So Rego is our policies for OPA, and check Rego files format. So we can expect the same format for all our policies. In plan, we will create Terraform plan. Next, we will transform this Terraform plan to JSON Terraform plan and use OPA to execute OPA against Terraform plan. For example, today we will decide, can we use this resource in AWS or not? So one is allowed, another it's prohibited. And next, we will apply. If everything okay, so our Terraform code following all our policies, we can apply our code. And also for you, the best place to start with Rego, it's with Rego Playground, where we can use our JSON this way, input, use our Rego language, and in output we can decide something. However, it's super easy to install OPA both on Linux and Mac OS. And the best place to learn more about OPA, I can recommend first course, OPA by example, and second course, OPA policy authoring. Yep, I passed both courses. It's absolutely for free, and Stira, it's organization responsible for OPA as of now. And now time for live demo, but no worries. I will share my slides with you, code today at the end of presentation. So you don't need to worry, take photos, just relax and follow me during live demo. I will share my code with you on GitHub because I'm hoping, at least for next 5-10 years, I can rely on free GitHub. But for today, just for demo purpose, I will use GitLab and will build CI/CD pipeline in GitLab. So we have our repository, and we started with Terraform with you. We will use AWS today. That's why we need to use Terraform AWS provider. And we will just use one simple EC2 virtual machine in AWS, smallest one, T2 Nano. And we will use tags today just to check our policies. First tag name, second tag owner. And we also talk with you today about our policies. That's why we have dedicated repository policies. And today I just prepared two policies for you. One resource .rego and another one tags.rego. And let's start with resource. So main idea, let's just create list of allowed resources. Like it's okay in our organization, create VPC with Terraform, create subnet with Terraform, create EC2 instance. If you want to create S3 bucket, sorry. It's just for demo purpose, but you can use the same concept. And here we can see our deny, and main idea, let's ask our OPA and our policy written in Rego, can we apply this Terraform plan, for example, with AWS instance resource only? And answer should be yes, we can. If type it's not AWS type of resource, not VPC, not subnet in instance, OPA will decide no. You answer no, deny, you cannot apply this resource. Yes, of course, we will allow destroy action, so don't worry. If you create a S3 bucket and it's not allowed in our organization, you can delete this one. And we can expect this type of message. Resource address, resource type, for example, AWS instance is not allowed, or S3 bucket, it's not allowed. And let's quickly check second one, policy. With this policy, we want to check mandatory tags. And for this demo, first one, it's name, second one, it's owner. So we just need to check all tags in resource. Next, check mandatory tags, name and owner. If everything okay, missing tags, it's 0, nothing to do. If it's not 0, 1, 2, 3, more resources, more tags. Yep, we can expect message resource address, missing EC2 instance tags, and next list of tags, 1 tag or 2 tags. And yes, of course, final one is GitLab CI. So GitLab CI/CD pipeline. And let's do it step by step. On my slides, we prepared stages: validate, plan, post plan, and apply. I will use Ubuntu because on my local machine I also use VirtualBox with Ubuntu, so it's much easier to use the same code. What we need Terraform. Yeah, that's why we can just download our Terraform. We need today OPA. That's why we need to download OPA. And I will use conf test. Conf test is tricky one. It's this one. So ideally, we need to use conf test for Rego policy for configuration files. However, it's also a great option to execute our policy against some Terraform code, because the command looks super short and nice. And let's just check quickly this command. Conf test, it's like CLI command, provide our Terraform plan in JSON policy, provide path to our catalog with policies. We will use 2 policies, and use all namespaces just to use all packages from our OPA. So very nice command. However, we can use evaluation rather than conf test, and we can use OPA exec rather than conf test, but it looks not so nice. Cause it's live demo. Let's quickly broke something in our code. So we have our Terraform code, and let's just use tags not name but name2, and not owner but owner 2. And in our policies, sorry for size, I'm trying to duplicate my screen. That's why it looks this way. But let's quickly check in the file. Not so bad. Let's just quickly broke this one too. We will allow as of now only VPC and subnets, not AWS instances. In our GitLab, I believe I need to decrease size of screen. Yep, to be able to find build and build to find our pipelines. And last one was green and status passed. Let's check our new one pipeline. So we talk about validate stage, about plan, post plan, and apply. We can see the same stages. We want to check our Terraform code and our OPA policy code. Code looks great. No syntactic issues, for example, or issue with consistency of files. Now we need to build Terraform plan, and we also can expect success of creation of Terraform plan. And next we will validate our Terraform code with policies. And here we can expect issue with you. Yep, so we have Terraform plan. Yep, go ahead. Oh, okay, yep.
In the document you showed before, there was like a print-like syntax with special, there was like a %v and %q. Mm-hmm. So it's some custom thing?
Yep. Let me open one more time. Yep. And for post plan, we can expect a file. Yep. Let me show this one and next move back to the code. And we can see that we failed two policies. Let's just increase to show you. And as we expect previously, for first policy, AWS instance in the example. So let's quickly open code here. Resource type AWS instance, resource name example or resource ID. I'm not sure, and we can see this AWS instance example. Resource type AWS instance, it's not allowed. Why? Because in our policy, in resource type, we just committed this type of resource. So we can create only VPC and subnet. So everything else we need to block. And next error, we can see next file, not error, for the same resource, AWS instance example, missing EC2 instance tag. And we have two tags, name and owner. Why? Because in our Terraform code, we use tags name 2 and owner 2. So we need to change and fix tags, and we need to update our policy to allow AWS EC2 instance. And let's quickly check answer for questions from audience. So in resource tags, to print this message, like this one, AWS instance example, resource type is not allowed. And first we can see string, and here we can see string in quotes. That's why in the code it's the same like we can find in C, C++ languages. I'm not from this area, but I believe it's all ideas from here. So just to type string we need to use %s, and we will print resource address. To print resource type in quotes, we need to use %q, it means like quotes. That's why we can see AWS instance in quotes. In this case, we can just put quotes and put %s inside if we want to do this one. And in second policy, this one policy, we just use %s, the same reason, and %v, it's mean value. For example, missing tags, in my case, it's list of tags. That's why it would be great just to put a list of this tags, and let's see how it looks like. So it list. Yep. Imaginate set. We will see the set. So great opportunity, and I believe it's everything from C, C++ area. So our pipeline is broken. As engineer, I understand why. Yep. So first of all, resource type is wrong, and tags are also wrong. Let's quickly fix this one, and meanwhile we will check again our pipeline. So let's check quickly our Rego policy and just allow AWS instance. And here let's fix our tags from name to name, and from owner to owner. And of course, we're waiting for our pipeline. Let's check our pipelines. Now I can expect successful validate, successful plan, and successful post plan, but because it's live demo, who knows? Yep, we will check in a moment. Meanwhile, let's check our pipeline and when we have extra in our pipeline. So before script, it's need to prepare whole environment with Terraform, OPA, and conf test, like OPA utility to execute our OPA policies against our Terraform code. Let's increase. That's how looks formatting of our Terraform files, just Terraform FMT. That's how looks validation of our Terraform files, just to check syntax error, non-consistency in the file. OPA check policies just to validate code of our Rego policies, OPA check, and pass to our policies. In this case, it's catalog with our two policies. And OPA FMT just automatically format. And because we put it inside CI/CD pipeline, it would be great to show our engineer diff, like differences between two files, like we use in GitLab. And it will be great to finish with non-zero code. So pipeline will stop and say, engineer, sorry, you need to format your OPA policy code. And this one is discussable, yep, because ideally we can just format our code for our engineers. However, it depends on the company. For example, as Python software engineers, I hate if some companies just automatically format my code. I just want to receive feedback. You need to follow this and this rules. Yep, and I will adopt myself and we follow this rule. But I want to have full, control on my code. Yep, and next we need to create Terraform plan. So let's use Terraform plan and just create the local file named as plan. And this file usually looks crazy. On this machine I have demo file. That's how it looks. That's why we need to transform our plan to plan in JSON format. And that's how looks plan in JSON format, for example. So for OPA, it's much easier to validate this file. And OPA works with JSON. And to transform, we use Terraform show in JSON from plan to JSON. And we need to store this artifact, yes, of course, as plan.json and as plan for next stages. For OPA, we need to use plan JSON, and for Terraform apply, we just need to use plan. Yep, and to be able to execute OPA, yep, we use conf test CLI from OPA package, conf test our plan, Terraform plan in JSON format, pass to our policies. We have two policies and all namespaces. Let me show what does it mean. In our policies, for example, this one, we create package policies and next resources. In another policy, we name it policies and tags. So we want to execute all policies, it means tags and resources, or we can execute one policy and tags. And we name it namespaces. And by default, conf test use another namespace, I believe name. So your package should be named as main, and only in this case you can expect conf test automatically execute policies. That's why I'm using all namespace, just don't worry about package names in my policies. And let's check our pipeline. Why not ready? Let's refresh. Yep, as we expected, validate plan, post plan, and now apply because it's manual. Let's quickly check this one. Last stage is apply, then manual, and I need to use Terraform plan. So this file, plan file from Terraform, just to execute Terraform apply and plan. And input false, it means Terraform can ask you, please provide yes if you want to apply. In because it's CI/CD pipeline, we don't want to put any yes or no, so input false and just apply this plan. And let's quickly check in our AWS account. We are in Ireland region, AEU West 1. Let's find some code. So region is the same, and we want to create virtual machine with these tags. Name example, owner, my email address. As of now, in this region, we don't have any virtual machines. So this one is too complicated. Let's just use this button to apply. And meanwhile, yep, again, we have 1 more minute for questions. Mike, please.
I have 2 questions. First question is that I see you are converting the plan to a JSON file. So does this mean that the OPA has to know anything about the structure of this plan in JSON as JSON, or can it just match arbitrary properties or values in an arbitrary JSON file? That's the first question. And the second...
Let me answer first question, please. Step by step. Yes, I can confirm we need Terraform plan in JSON. Yeah, because OPA works mainly with JSON files. I found some article about YAML, but I never test OPA for YAML. Probably it also can work. And OPA absolutely don't care about structure of JSON. It's our responsibility in our policy. Let me open one, for example, from here. This one. In our, and I believe here we have our Terraform plan. So we have resource changes in our JSON. So that's why here we need to find all resource changes. And we will look for create and update. Yep, and we will look for resource type just to match with this, or this, or this. So it's our responsibility to parse this JSON.
Second question is about the language. So because when you're matching basically properties in a JSON file, do you see any advantage in using this instead of just parsing the JSON in Python and doing a bunch of ifs? Like, is there any gain in using this language, this specialized language?
So as Python software engineer, as like Hammer, I will be happy to use Python everywhere. However,
it doesn't have to be Python. It could be JavaScript or Lua or whatever. But I'm just saying that why was this? Do you know, or do you have any idea or experience? Does this language help? Why was it invented?
Yeah, and cause for me, Rego and Python looks super similarly. So Rego followed a lot of ideas, concept from Python Guido van Rossum author. That's why I'm comfortable with Rego. Imaginate I'm not Python but Java developer, for example. Probably I hate this type of languages. So it's super for people with Python, R type of mindset, I can say. Interactive programming, and for me, yes, I can see these benefits because Rego prepared for me ready-to-use concepts what I can use. And the one great example, it's exemptions API. So we have prepared policies like please use only these 3 types of resources. However, some team in our organization may say sorry, but for our business justification, we need to use another one. And that's why we need to create like exemptions, like please ignore this team. And to be able to do this, in Rego, we have dedicated concept how we can implement this one. Or for example, tests. I'm not only writing policies. As developer of Rego policies, I also need to write tests. And in OPA, we have everything ready to use, like PyTest library for Python. You don't need to worry, you can just use, and with this ChatGPT, you can automatically also prepare all your default initial tests, and then next just polish all those tests. So yes, I can say yes for people who use R, JavaScript, Python, but if you're Java developer, probably you will not like this one. And let's quickly check result, just refresh. So apply should be successful, yep, and in our AWS we can see in our machine with name example, and also we will check tags in a moment. Yep, here we can see tag owner. And now one crucial moment, because it's just for demo purpose, I don't store my Terraform state file in one place. It means, imagine we want to destroy this resource. Let's use Terraform plan. Yep, and my local Terraform want to create this resource. Because my local Terraform don't know that my CI/CD pipeline created this resource. Because I'm not shared my Terraform state file. So be careful for this one, but in practice, for example, on one project in our GCP, we store this Terraform state file and just granularly grant access to this state file for exact team who work on this project in GitLab. So the best option what we can do in this case is just click terminate, because we don't manage our Terraform plan. And now move back to slides, because as of now we have 15 minutes for our presentation, and after live demo, yep, in my slides you will find this slide. Sorry. Oh no, it can be this way. And you can just click and navigate to see code of policies and code of Terraform file main.tf. If you want to contact me, the best option to use About Me website, again, just click and you find me, and because I shared my email address, I'm not just with you for no reason, you can just email me. And because I'm Ukrainian and originally I'm from Dnipro city, in our frontier line 29 kilometers from my region, if you're still looking for a good foundation fund to help Ukraine, I can recommend Come Back Alive, because you can see, no, you cannot see, but maybe this way. I hope it's pointer. You can send money to support the fund, and usually we don't want to do this, yes? Or you can send money to support directly army. And not all funds have this option. So this fund supported by Ukrainian business, and all of us, we can just directly support army. You can check few videos on YouTube. Sorry, I clicked something. Yep, and you will be impressed of quality of help Come Back Alive for Ukrainian army. Because I promise you to share slides, yep, now you can take a photo, use QR code, or just remember Linux PL _ tinyurl.com _ no, it's not _ caps lock, Linux PL. And now QA sessions. And because I'm not prepared lessons learned, my expectation during a QA session, we will ask some questions and I will share our lessons learned for implementation of OPA policy. And first one can be, please start with dev environment to implement OPA policies. And surprisingly, probably you will find teams who treat and use dev environment as production. So you will enable policies, and some teams say, you broke all our services with your policies. Production services with all policies. And maybe you have question about Sentinel. Who have question about Sentinel? No? Nobody. So if you're looking the same technology, alternative is Sentinel. But Sentinel, it's only for HashiCorp Terraform. It's not open source, and it's not general purpose. It's only for one concrete technology. But OPA we can implement, for example, to granularly share access to our data and databases, to granularly share access between different microservices or Kubernetes or service mesh. The same language, Rego, the same solution, OPA policy agent. And today I'm presented with Terraform, so you just need to use any JSON files, any rules. Yep, and personally I believe I can save a lot of time by using Rego and not just use regular, not regular, bad word, use Python, for example, or C to manually parse all this code. But it's possible. That's how probably this technology works. And from my personal point of view, it's super fast. So if you worry, can I use OPA to authenticate my users more granularly? And can I expect some, how to say, delay, latency? My answer, no. It's really super well written, and you can rely on OPA decisions. If no questions, yep, many thanks for your time today.